For nearly a century, the Roman Empire faced a strange and dangerous problem. Emperors ruled, dynasties rose, crowns passed from one generation to the next. Yet again and again, the sons born to emperors died before they could secure the future of the throne. The empire survived, but only barely. And at the center of this story stood a woman whose influence would outlive kings, generals, and even dynasties. Her name was Ariadne Augusta. When Ariadne was born around the year 450, she entered the world at the very heart of power. She was not merely a noblewoman. She was the daughter of an emperor. Her father was Leo the First, ruler of the Eastern Roman Empire, master of Constantinople, and one of the most powerful men on earth. From the moment she opened her eyes, the fate of the empire surrounded her. She was born in the great palace itself, among marble halls, golden mosaics, and whispered political intrigues. The Romans called such children born in the purple. Few titles carried greater prestige. As she grew older, Ariadne was married to a capable military officer named Zeno. Their marriage united ambition and dynasty. In time, they had a son. His name was Leo II. For Ariadne, he was more than a child. He was the future of the empire, the grandson of an emperor, the son of an emperor, and one day, an emperor himself. When Leo I died, the crown passed to young Leo II. Constantinople celebrated. The empire finally had a clear heir. A new generation would continue the dynasty. But fate had other plans. Only months after ascending the throne, the child emperor died. The celebrations ended. The future disappeared. And Ariadne suffered a loss that no imperial title could ease. She was now the mother of a dead emperor. With Leo II gone, power fell to her husband, Zeno. But Zeno's reign was anything but peaceful. Many Romans viewed him as an outsider. Rebellions erupted. Plots multiplied. Enemies gathered around the throne. The imperial palace became a battlefield without swords. Among the most dangerous figures was the powerful General Illus. Once an ally of the emperor, he became a threat to the ruling family itself. Intrigue poisoned every corridor of the palace. Trust became a luxury no one could afford. Yet while powerful men fought for influence, Ariadne endured. She watched rivals rise. She watched rivals fall. She survived conspiracies, betrayals, and political storms that would have destroyed weaker figures. Over time, something remarkable happened. The daughter of an emperor, the wife of an emperor, the mother of an emperor, began to emerge as a political force in her own right. Then came the moment that changed everything. In April 491, Emperor Zeno died. For the third time in her life, Ariadne found herself standing beside an empty throne. Her father was gone. Her son was gone. Now her husband was gone as well. The empire had no obvious successor. Constantinople held its breath. Crowds gathered in the hippodrome. Soldiers waited. Senators argued. Priests prayed. Everyone asked the same question: who would become the next emperor? The answer rested with a single woman, Ariadne. She possessed something no general could command and no army could conquer: legitimacy. She was the living connection to the ruling dynasty, the daughter of Emperor Leo, the widow of Emperor Zeno, the mother of Emperor Leo II. No one carried greater dynastic authority. She could have chosen a famous general. She could have chosen a powerful aristocrat. She could have allowed competing factions to tear the empire apart. Instead, she made a decision that shocked Constantinople. She chose a quiet palace official named Anastasius, a man known more for wisdom than ambition, more for discipline than power, more for service than glory. Before accepting the crown, Anastasius swore a solemn oath. Then, with Ariadne's support, he became emperor. But the transformation was not yet complete. A month later, Ariadne married him. The ceremony was magnificent. Golden mosaics reflected candlelight. Priests offered blessings. The empire celebrated once more. Yet everyone understood the deeper meaning of the marriage. Anastasius wore the crown, but Ariadne had given it to him. Special gold coins were struck to commemorate the union. They carried the inscription, Felicita Nuptiis, happiness to the marriage. The message was clear. A new reign had begun, and its legitimacy flowed through Ariadne. For the next 24 years, Anastasius ruled the empire. History would remember him as one of Byzantium's most capable emperors. He reformed finances, strengthened the state, filled the treasury, brought stability to an empire that had long known uncertainty. But none of it would have happened without the woman who chose him. When Ariadne died in 515, she had spent nearly 6 decades within the walls of the Imperial palace. She had witnessed the rise and fall of emperors. She had buried a father, a son, and a husband. She had survived political conspiracies and dynastic crises. And in the empire's darkest moment, she had chosen its future. History remembers Leo. History remembers Zeno. History remembers Anastasius. But behind all three stood the same extraordinary woman, the daughter of an emperor, the wife of an emperor, the mother of an emperor, and ultimately the maker of an emperor.